Welcome to Soto Creations, where we make your imagination a reality. We are going to make a floral chandelier. It has been a dream of mine to make one of these for the longest time. And I'm so excited that I finally got a customer who wanted it. I didn't want to create one and spend all the money making it if I didn't have to. I had a client a few months ago who booked for one, but they ended up having an issue with their venue and had to back down. But I had already purchased this stand, or I guess this metal ring to install on it, and I just didn't return it, hoping to get another customer. But my plan was to someday still use it to design one so that I could advertise it for rent. But I was blessed enough to have a couple who reached out to me wanting a few rental items and eventually also a floral chandelier. The design they wanted was a little different because of less color, but it worked out. So Sabi is showing you a close-up of how we put this together. I'm working with Jenny today. I purchased this metal ring from Etsy, and it's pretty sturdy. It took me a while to find the right one because I want to design something that is sturdy. You could use what is it called, hula hoops for this, but I wanted something that was going to last me a while and be able to hang anywhere I need it to. So I bought this off Etsy, and it comes with everything you need to put it together. So you can see here, Jenny and I are putting everything together as our base. Then we'll tighten those screws, and then we'll be good to go. Sabi is trying her best to show you what we're doing here. We cleared this space outside the office so we could use it to prep all the flowers and design everything because we have an event in the ballroom, so we're limited on where we can work. But this works out well. We can prep all our flowers, design everything. We actually make this while the event is taking place in the ballroom. So now we're cutting our pool noodles, which we're going to attach all our florals. We figured we could put 2 rows, one on the top ring and one on the bottom ring, to be able to attach the flowers. We are at this point deciding to just cut them to size and zip tie them all in place, but we later change plans, and I'll show you why we do that later on. But for now, Jenny is following my guide, and we are cutting everything, doing this for now, and getting all the pool noodles in place. I just purchased these at the dollar store. You can buy bigger pool noodles if you want, but with the space in between, it doesn't show much. You're just covering everything with flowers, and it works just fine. So once all that is attached, we're brainstorming. We work together really well. A lot of talking, but we do a lot of work too. With the floral chandelier. Remember last time we zip tied. So what I'm gonna do now, clean this table because we're prepping flowers for the gala. So you'll have to watch that video. But I'm gonna move this back here so I can take off the zip ties, and I bought glue to glue the foam in place. I was looking for glue that you can use on foam to metal without melting the foam, but that would really stay in place, because the issue I thought about is once we put the flowers, sometimes they're heavy on one side or the other, and this tends to tilt. See how I'm rotating it? It doesn't matter how much of the zip tie you put, just because it's loose on here, sometimes it moves. So we're just gonna glue it in place. If we need to switch out the flowers, we can still do that, but at least the foam will stay in place. So I'm gonna work on that. I have not used this before. Let me go find Richard. I'm not going to try to figure it out. I'm trying to rush to pick up the kids. So at least if I can get it glued down, then I have about 40 minutes. If I can glue all of it down, then I'll come back tomorrow morning and work on the flowers. Okay, so I have to return this back to Lowe's because it's already bent. You can see it would not push through, so not the best. But just to let you know, when you get it, you put the tube here, press down, and this cuts the end for you. Then you use this to pop the end of it. So this, let's say this is your tube, you put that in here, press the handle to cut whichever size you need. Then you're gonna put this through here to pop it before you load it. Then when you load it, you should normally just squeeze and it'll prime this and you can use it. But this is not working because that is pretty hard. It's pretty thick. I didn't think it was gonna be that thick. So Richard had this one, which we're gonna use. You can see how thick that is. I'm just gonna try different sections and see if it works. I don't have much time. I have this clip sped up but kept it here so you can see how long it takes me just to put the glue on this. It was a pretty painful process because it was so hard to squeeze the glue out of this, and it took forever just to get it all in place and get it working. But you'll see the difference when I have the right tool. Not working as fast as it was supposed to, but they sell these caps to prevent the glue from drying. So I'm gonna put one on and head to pick up the kids. I might come back before work, I don't yet know, but we don't have much time. So see you guys. You kind of get the gist. I'm not gonna record gluing, but I'll show you how I start putting all the flowers and get everything ready. We are back with the floral chandelier. It's been a challenge because of the glue gun or the dispenser, whatever that thing is called, and the glue being so thick. I don't even want to talk about it. But I took a break because Richard went to get some Gorilla Glue, see if we can make it easy. He helped me do the bottom row, so the part that's here, and we zip tied all of that so you can see it's not moving, which the glue is working. It's just hard to squeeze it out and it kept popping off. Anyway, we did this part. We still have all of that whole circle to like here to do. So when he brings out, I'm gonna prep the flowers. I just want to show you what we have. So we have the Italian ruscus. I like these because they come like this, so it feels a good filler flower. So we're gonna put all that. Jenny prepped these, so we just spread them out. We have several of those. Then we have these eucalyptus. We're gonna add that as well. And then we're going to add this eucalyptus branch. These are nice because they're gonna be easy to just poke in. The wire is thin, so we'll just get all that through, and this will be our filler. The box, this comes on its own, so you'll see that on my Amazon storefront if you need to order it. This and the third type come in the same box. I think I've shown you guys before doing the round floral design. So this is the third one in the box. We're not gonna use this one. I'll just make a pile of it for something else. Reason being, the flowers on the tip don't look as real. Well, they're all fake, but they just look even more fake. So I'm just gonna put that aside. It'll come in handy for other things. So I just opened this box. Just want to show you guys what it looks like. It comes like this. We're gonna straighten out all the stems. We need quite a few because we're building a large arch. So what I do is just straighten all this out. Take off the rubber band. and put that there. All of this then this one is that one over there. So I just pull that off, take off the plastic. These are at least straight. So just take it off and just shake it so we can fluff it up. And we'll fluff up more when we put it on. So I just want to add that there. So we have several of those, and the bottom has the ones we're not using. So I just want to show you guys how it comes in the box. So I'm going to continue to prep those. Then we have hydrangea. We're going to add some hydrangea and some white roses. So we're going to finish this. Then we have 3 ladders to work with because we want to prop this up to where my hair is a disaster. We want to prop this up so we can start designing everything from somewhat of a height, and it's easier to envision how everything is going to look, especially going underneath because it's going to be hung so we see from the top. So that's the plan. I'm going to prep the flowers while waiting for Richard to bring the glue. Pardon the music, but here we go. So this doesn't have any of the plastic, so it's squeezing well, working well so far. So that's the new glue gun that Richard brought. It works amazing. You can see I'm even applying the glue with one hand, just a squeeze, and it's coming out. I was thinking the glue was too thick. It was the wrong gun, but finally getting to work, more excited about finishing this. You can see where I create kind of a zigzag inside the pool noodle, and I'm able to press that on, kind of squeeze it to spread it around. Sabi's helping me move that out. We're done. How fast was that? Now, while Sabi preps the flowers, I'm putting on the ladders on both sides. She's going to help me carry that to put it between both ladders. This just creates a little bit of a height so that we're able to put the flowers where they need to go. Pay attention to where the ladders are placed. I'm showing you here because I cut off the tips of these flowers or the greenery so that it gives me more of a sharp angle to put into the pool noodle because they're pretty blunt on the tip. I was saying for you to pay attention to where the ladder is because when we hang the floral chandelier, you'll notice the gaps where this ladder was, where we didn't put the greenery. So just keep that in mind. Jenny is back. She went to do some work. Like I said, there's an event going on next door, which is in our ballroom. We're working outside my office just to fill all this because tomorrow is the day we have to install. I had no clue I would be doing this the night before, but we had a couple of events before this that we had to set up and prep for. So here we are at 11:30 p.m. trying to put these flowers together so we can deliver it tomorrow morning. So they also rented a bar, a stage, our lounge set. So we'll deliver all that for them. So we're putting all the greenery. This is the Italian ruscus. This fills the whole garland or the whole chandelier. Good filler flower. I also use this for some of my floral arches depending on what the client wants. It's a very popular greenery. People also like the eucalyptus as well, so I work with both of those pretty well, and you can see that on my Amazon storefront. We're going to put all this to where we want them to go as best as we can, and then we'll add on more. I'll explain that as we go on. Jenny was so excited to help out with this because, again, first for both of us, but she was just telling me to make sure she's doing what I want her to do. I'm showing you a close-up of how it looks around. Even though the video is sped up, this took hours to put together. I just know I can't bore you with hours and hours of repeating the same thing over and over. We're working on the bottom as well and on the inside. You probably noticed that already, just to make everything nice and even. And we're going back in now with our eucalyptus. This is to cover our foam, so it's shorter, but putting it sideways fills up more space for the foam to be covered. Next, onto our hydrangea, just spreading everything apart evenly so that the chandelier has that pop of white, right? This is so popular, the greenery and the white. Then we move on from our hydrangea. We're close to being done, to adding pop of roses. Now the roses add a nice touch. The big thing with this is you want flowers that have a long stem. Otherwise, all your white flowers are going to be pretty much hidden inside your Italian ruscus, because the Italian ruscus has a wide span of leaves. So this garland ends up being about 7 feet, I would say, so all around. So adding all our roses, top, bottom, all around, just thinking if it's pulled up, what will people see? So we're looking from the bottom. Had serious neck pain after this install. Another close-up with all our white flowers, thinking we are done, but as I think about it, we decide now to add some more flowers. And of course, Jenny, being so gracious, goes with the flow, and she likes it as well, adding some baby's breath. Not noticeable on camera, but it made a huge difference on how the whole floral chandelier looked. Now my plan is to come back later and add some flowers. I have dusty roses that I'm going to add to this to advertise for rent as well, because that was the initial plan, was to add the dusty roses without the white. But I think just adding it even with all our white hydrangea and white roses would be a nice touch, and it's a popular wedding flower. But these baby's breath added a good touch and made everything nice. We are at this beautiful venue. We're bringing in the chandelier. We have other rental items to bring as well, but we brought this first so I can get started and getting this done, because I still have a few touches to make. So we're starting by creating the pieces to hang the floral chandelier. So Richard bought this wire. He's the one engineering this whole part of hanging. So we're deciding here how long we want it to be, or how much of a hang. With this little metal piece, I'm not sure what the name is, it hooks to create the loop and hold the metal in place. So we're just putting that on the loop, twisting those knobs to hold it all down, and then we're gonna decide how long we want this string to be. And once we, or the wire to be, once we have that settled, we'll have 4 of these together. So each end will go on to the end of the ring, because the ring has 4 loops, and they'll all combine in the middle to pull up when we're done. So he's showing me how to create those loops, and what the plan is here is I'm creating the initial loop. He's gonna measure and cut the other end, and then he'll create the second loop. But untangling things up here, if you buy the metal wire, it comes with those clamps I showed you to hold it in place. They're slightly bigger than what Richard bought, but they work really well as well. So he's just showing me the first one here, and I'm just assessing the length and figuring out how it's gonna work. And we end up doing 2 sections, and we just left that first one. Now that I know what he's doing, I'm creating the first loop here. As you can see, there's this metal piece that you can put on the end, not really necessary. I put one on and ended up removing it or not putting one on the rest, but we kept this one just because it was already on. But this makes it harder to put the metal wire on at all, so just something to keep in mind. Now, while we put all these metal or the wiring in place, I just want to take time to thank all of you who come with me on this my adventure, my husband as well, representing with the Soto Creation shirt. But thank you guys so much for being here every week and watching the videos as we create different things, some for customers, some ideas that we come up with, and just going with us on the journey. And for some of you who are learning through the process of watching this, let me know in the comments if the videos are helpful. But I really appreciate you guys. I know personally I tried to find videos on how to create the floral chandelier and couldn't really find any. So I hope this helps some of you who have been planning, or this inspires some of you to create one as well. But please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the like button if you like the videos. That really supports the channel and gets us going to continue to create more and more videos for you, so you can see how we're measuring the loop and just creating more ropes. We need 4, like I said, to connect everything in place. And once we do, I'll show you a close-up of how I connect everything so that we can hang it. And they have a cool design here to be able to hang. We don't need ladders or anything like that. You'll see that as well. Like I said, we need 4 of these ropes. We have to create good enough tension so when we hang the floral chandelier, it doesn't tilt and it's straight. So we're measuring to make sure it's the same length before we make the next loop. This is the clamp we're going to use to attach all 4, and this is going to hang onto each one to hook onto our floral chandelier metal. So I'm going to show you how I connect that here shortly. We just use a smaller C clamp onto the ring that's already on the metal piece. They did a good job with the metal, so I just twist that on and the C clamp closes to hold that one in place. We're going to do that to all 4 and then use a bigger clamp to hold all 4 in place and then hook it onto what they have already installed at their venue. So you can see we're holding that here to create the tension so that it's even. And once that is done, I'm going to connect that one piece that's completed. This is the C clamp. It's going to go on the other ring, so the 4 rings are evenly spread out. So that's the second one, and we'll hook up all. I'm moving the chairs out of the way because once they raise this up, I'll need to have the table out of the way to be able to fix the flowers on the chandelier. Now this is a weighted metal on the end. We have to take that off to be able to hook our chandelier to that. Can't take it off by hand, so Richard is going to take that off, and then it's time for us to hook our chandelier. But then he puts all 4 on that bigger C clamp, and we have a problem. The big C clamp is not going to fit through their metal piece, so we're brainstorming what to do at this point. We have to work fast because we've been here a while. So I'll show you here. We have our big C clamp with all 4 wires, and it's not going to go through that. So Richard decides to put a piece of that metal that we've been working with this whole time on that, and then we'll hook up our C clamp to that. So we're sliding that in, and he's gonna hold that in place, and we'll be able to hook up everything that way. So we are working on putting that wire in place so that we can use that to put our C clamp on. As you can see here, Richard is connecting the wire, and it'll be easier to then loop our C clamp. Sometimes with the decor stuff, you have to be ready to pivot and change plans when things go. A lot of times it's even easier not to record, as you can see, but I'm determined to show you guys what I do because I couldn't find a video on this, and so I think this might help some of you who want to do the same thing. So We are hooking our wire there, and then we are back in business. We're hooking up all 4 of our wires. They're all connected to the metal chandelier, and we'll be ready to raise it up. Now, the venue was so kind to work with me on raising the chandelier to a certain height so I could fix the florals, then raise it up again so I could fix it some more. But this floral contraption goes very slow, so it took a while to get it up. Richard is tightening everything up so we can start raising it up. The video is sped up so you don't know how fast, but while I wait for them to raise it up, I'm prepping flowers. Richard goes back to bringing the stage that we're still bringing in, and then I'll fix the flowers as I go. I had them raise it up to this point, and now I can't reach it. I'm not quite satisfied with how everything looks. A little OCD. It took me forever to get this just right. Richard is checking as well. He's telling me he thinks it looks fine. Obviously, we're looking from the outside. I can still see some of the foam. I'm trying to cover it the best I can. Now I'm reaching too high to reach everything, and at this point my neck is killing me because I've been looking up, twisting my neck just to see, and I get a ladder to just fix the parts that I see inside, which nobody could really see but just me. Just knowing that it was like that, if I was a guest here, I would probably be looking at that, even though nobody probably cared for that. But I'm making sure that I make the final touches, and I want it to be perfect. So that was my plan here, working on everything. I think I'm finally done. Now I'm gonna go let them raise it up to the desired height, and we're putting the table back in place. This is the main table. I'll show you guys a video of how the setup look. I think I already put it on one of my short videos, either on Instagram or on the Facebook page, but putting everything back, helping the event planner or event coordinator here set everything up while the chandelier slowly goes up to place. And then I'll get on with helping Richard set up the stage. And we already put the seating area, and we still have the bar to put outside for drinks. So getting all that done. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for all your questions, for all your comments, all your kind words. Again, if you're here every week and you're not subscribed, please, what are you waiting for? Make sure you're subscribed. like the video, share. Thank you for all your support. May you guys have a blessed week. We are back at the Sodo Creations Event Center. We're getting ready to go pick up the chandelier. So the other thing with events is you deliver. Some events will not let you keep things overnight, so you have to go back and pick it up. So Richard and I are here. What time is it? It is 9:45. We have to be there by 10:30. So we decided to come because I left my car here earlier, so I'll pick it up. But we got some extra stuff to make things easier to pick up the stage. Then we'll go take it down. I'll show you guys how the space looks after. So took a little nap at home for about, I guess, 2 hours. I'm sleepy. But I'm gonna get an energy drink and then drink that on the way. But the kids have had their baths, they've eaten dinner, and here we are going to work again. So hopefully we can do this. We might offload it when we get back so we can pick up some foam boards to make props for a Too Sweet party coming up on Sunday. So keep you posted. I guess they're getting ready to walk out and we can start offloading our stuff. You can see them offloading there. Yeah, they're gonna walk out. Go show my face that I'm here.